What's going on YouTube? My name is Zay, and today I'm here to tell you about the stuff I use to make my videos. Got this question a few times, so I think it's about time that I actually tell you guys what I use and how. I won't tell you how I make my videos in this video, but I just tell you like the stuff I use to make them. Also, everything I'm saying will be linked down in the description, and it's an affiliate link, so if you decide to buy something using one of these links, I appreciate you. A lot of the stuff I do, at least a lot of stuff I post on here or Instagram, I shot by myself, or I had my mom or somebody else help me move the camera a little bit. But for the most part, I shoot by myself. And so as a solo shooter, you got to be very creative with how you execute your projects, and you got to know what gear you need and things like that. So start off, the camera I shoot with right here is Fx3, by far my favorite camera I've ever shot with, like for stuff I do. Before I had this camera, I had my A7iii, which I still have. I shot with that. Those are two cameras I use. Lenses, I use a 24-70, which is on this lens right here. This lens is very versatile, very versatile. If you need in any kind of situation lens, this is the lens for you. It can get your wide shots, it can get your tight shots. Like, it's so versatile, and I bring it with me on every shoot I do. I like prime lenses, don't get me wrong, but for run and gun things, you need a zoom lens. Zoom lenses are where it's at, and this one, the Sigma 24-70, is really good for me. This is the version 1. I think they might have a version 2. I don't have any G Master lenses. I don't know if it's worth it, because you spend like an extra grand. I don't know if that's worth it. And then another lens, my first lens I used was my 50mm. That's a Sony lens. Great starter lens, help you get to know like what to do, how to shoot, how to frame, work on your composition, things like that. And then I think my favorite lens to use is my 85 1.4. It's a beast. It's huge, but I definitely think this is my favorite lens to use just because of the compression it gives. And obviously I can use it in this situation, like with this talking head. Oh, when I was filming it for this football camp, I had to be like far back on some shots because it'd be like a group scene. But when it came to those tight shots and those mediums, it was really good lens to use. I have for my lights, I have a Digipower light. It's just like this pocket light. I use it a lot and not a lot at the same time. Like, I'm using it right now in the back. I'm just testing it out for this. I haven't tried it for this, but it's really good when you're in a pinch. I've used it on some short films where we had to light up the actor just a little bit, and that's the smallest light we had on set, so we use that just to give it a little bit more push. I use it a lot of times in my videos because I don't have a portable charger yet, or a portable battery to plug up my big light, so I use that small light to try to compensate, try to help out a little bit with that. Yeah, really, when it comes to lighting, people think you need to have all this gear and all this stuff. You really just need 1 to 2 lights, and you can do a lot with those 1 to 2 lights. And once you learn how to use small amount of gear, then you'll be set for real for like the big stuff, because all it is just added fluff, really. My other light is right here. It is the GVM Great videoMaker light. This is just like a continuous light I bought, RGB light like this, and light with like maybe a spot on it or some kind of barn door action, because it's kind of hard to use in some situations. But I definitely wish it was RGB, because that would help me a lot. But if you need a continuous white light, this is a great light for you, and it's relatively cheap to use or to get on Amazon. Now, mics. Before I had my Fx3, I was using my Rode videoMic Pro. It came with my camera. I had bought my A7iii, like I think I got it on eBay, and it came with like the kit, and so he sent the mic with it. And before, I mean, it was a good mic. It did its job. It like attached on the top of the camera, and just picked up some audio. instead of like having scratch audio from your camera and get that audio from there. But now, as you see, I got this mic. Since I'm using the FX3, I get the top handle action, so I can use an XLR cable, which allows you to use different qualities of mics. And I really like this mic. I've had it for about 2 months now, and it has not let me down. It is not let me down. This mic is really good for like picking up audio from like either something like this, if you're gonna use it for like an interview situation, or if you want to attach it to the top of your camera.
Yeah, do this shit. We do this shit.
Like have it on a run and gun shoot. It picks up great audio. The only thing is it doesn't fit into the FX3 handle as well, so you gotta get some spacers so it can actually stay in the handle and won't like jig around. And I got that link down below too. Monitors I use the Free World monitor. It's pretty good. It's not as good as in like brightness, so I had to get the Ninja ATOMOS or ATOMOS Ninja, whatever it's called. That one is a lot better for me. I think I might sell my Free World monitor just because it's like it was okay. Like I didn't know which monitor to get when I got it, and then I got that one. I was using it and I was like, it's okay. Like indoors is fine, but like when I was outside, it was like kind of hard to see what I was shooting, and it's only 1080p output, so I'm like, I need something that's 4K. So that's the only thing. That's the caveat with that monitor. If you don't care about that, then you can get that monitor. But if you do care about that, I would suggest you do look at the Ninja. Some monitors. I have a car mount, which is very useful. I used it on a Ford commercial that didn't air, but I haven't really used it since. I might use it on a new project I'm doing, but that's to be determined. I have a gimbal. I usually shoot handheld, but lately I'm starting to like the gimbal action. So I've had this gimbal for a couple years, and I've maybe used it for like 10 shoots at the time I had it. But now I think I'm gonna start using it a little bit more often, because it's not that I would stop using it because it would take forever to balance. But now I can balance it like that, like no problem. So I might go back to using the gimbal action. And magic arms. Oh my gosh, magic arms are clutch. I have two. They come with like a grip on the end, so you can like clamp it to one thing and tie your camera up to it. But yeah, if you don't have any magic arms, make sure you get some. They are very useful. I use them on my to hold my monitor. Whenever I put my monitor on my camera, I use my magic arms. They're like a one-stop shop for anything you need. Like I could use my magic arm, clip a light to another light, or I could just it's endless. I could put my car mount on to my car, and then use the magic arm to attach it to the car mount, and like it's just so useful. Light stand, of course, tripods, all linked below. Now for my filters, I have an ND filter. I use a 69 stock Peter McKinnon Pro Mist edition because I like the Pro Mist action. I have, every time I shoot, I have a filter on there, whether it be Pro Mist or anything like that. So I like the Pro Mist option. It gives you a soft highlight action. So I have my SD cards and CFexpress cards down below too. Now for my editing, I use two programs. I use Final Cut and I use DaVinci. I color grade in DaVinci. Well, I figured out how I can take my timeline from Final Cut and put it in DaVinci, and then bring that timeline back to Final Cut. So that's my workflow. I go from Final Cut. When I'm in Final Cut, I like kind of get my timeline together, cut stuff up, do all that. Just because I've been using Final Cut for so long, I'm more used to that like editing process. And so once I got that, I export that timeline, send it to DaVinci, and then in DaVinci is where I color grade everything. I have my node trees I use, and color grade in DaVinci, and then export that timeline, bring it back to Final Cut, the last finishing touches of whatever I gotta do. So yeah, that's my workflow with that, which is getting more streamlined as I'm using it more and more. Because at first I would just color grade everything in Final Cut, like just take everything, or not color grade everything in Final Cut. I would color grade everything in DaVinci, and take those massive files and then go into Final Cut and just chop stuff up there. But that would take up so much time and memory. So I was like, okay, maybe I just cut up stuff and then export that in color grade. But then it was like, it would be hard to get the exact cuts how I had it in Final Cut. So then I looked up online how to transfer timelines to each program so they can communicate to each other. If you want to know that process, let me know. But I think that's about all the gear I use. I'm trying to think real quick if I missed anything. Oh, my diopters. So I have, instead of using micro lenses, I have diopters that you can screw onto the end of it, like this kind of lens. And that's how I get my close-up shots. Like with my eye opening shot or anything like that, I use that instead of buying a whole new lens. I just can attach that to any lens I already have. And they're cheap. And yeah, it makes it so much easier to do all that kind of stuff. I have a prism lens effect filter on right now for diffusion. I'm pretty sure I'm forgetting some things, but hopefully not. I can't remember right now, but I think I got most things that I use. If you have any questions on how I use these gear and how whatever, I'm showing examples of where I use them. I don't have much BTS action, which I'll work on getting some BTS action of the stuff I shoot for the future videos. But yeah, those are the gear. That's the gear I use. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. And if you have any questions about gear or camera gear or anything like that, let me know. I also have my socials in the description and the memory cards and stuff. Like I said before, that's all in there. But yeah, I'll show you that. But yeah, thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'm out.